Okay, so I'm just clearing something up that I posted on Facebook on November 25th, and it's regarding that quote made by Richard Dawkins, which said that without religion, people might do very bad things. So I read the humanist.com and their report on that whole debacle because, Richard Dawkins is a famous atheist and the most famous atheist in the world, and he's saying that without religion, people are going to do bad things. So, but the humanist article didn't really delve into what exactly he meant. Um, and I'm sure he has a reason behind saying it and stuff, but they did give examples of why that's not true. And, one of the examples that they gave is that, you know, while there's video cameras, like in stores and stuff like that, people still do steal stuff. So it's not that if you have an omniscient God always watching you, you're gonna always be good. Like it simply doesn't work. And my theorizing kind of led me to thinking that, well, I think what it is functional atheism. And if you look up functional atheism in on the internet, you'll see a whole bunch of different things that kind of have a blurry definition. I mean, some people attribute more cognizance to functional atheism, whereas I see it as more of a natural kind of subconscious thing that we do. For instance, when you masturbate, it's such a, that's a famous example. You don't think something or someone is watching you. It's just not in your head. It's not something that you think. I mean, it might occasionally just pass by, but I mean, like you just masturbate. You don't think that somebody's, and I'm talking about religious people, specifically speaking. I mean, I was religious for, as a pubescent boy, and that didn't stop me. And then, so I'll read you some of the thing. I mean, some of the post. So I said, plus, why do we still have video cameras if God Almighty is monitoring our actions and thoughts? U.S. prisons are filled with religious people. I think there is a functional atheism that is afoot that we all seem to ignore. And in other words, most of us, and I mean most, don't walk around thinking someone or something is watching us. But that's a very core characteristic of God. So what I mean by that is basically what I just said. Like, I mean, the omniscience of God is a core characteristic of God. So if you don't believe in that, you're essentially kind of diminishing the idea of God and what God stands for. So, but I'm not saying, when I say functional atheism kind of opens the gates for people to do whatever it is they do in terms of sin. I'm not saying that atheism makes people sin. I'm saying people still believe. Like, if you're functionally atheist, I'm not saying you don't believe, because you ask someone who's stealing or who's masturbating or anything like that if they believe God is watching them, and all of a sudden it shoots up into like their consciousness, and they'll say, "Yeah, I believe that." Like they, you know what I mean? Like it. So it's like they do believe it, and that's the religious part. But I'm saying religion is not very good at policing behaviors in the way that people say it does. And when I say functional atheism, I'm not referring to atheism. I'm referring to just a kind of a natural mechanism that we just kind of fall prey to when it comes to God and what God is and things like that. So hopefully that makes some sense. Yeah, bye.